No. Hello, everybody. How are we doing tonight? Hello, hello, hello. And thank you all for dropping the Ko-Fi in the thing. It's very appreciated. Excuse me. It's very appreciated. Homelander, how am I doing? I was so tired today. I've had a day. And in fact, I'm continuing to have a day because not only am I doing this, but as I'm talking, I'm gonna do my nails real quick. Because I have been working. All right, first, good news first, right? The video that I've been kind of hyping up and talking about for a long time is almost done. I'm hoping to have it done Tuesday, probably at the latest. And it is shaping up. I've put so much work into it. I don't do this kind of conceptual essay, or when I do essays like this, I don't get as conceptual and kind of artsy with it as I did with this one. So I am very I'm very nervous about it, if I'm being real, because I want to kind of stay true to my vision for it. So I am, at every turn, I've kind of been like, okay, what is the creative choice I want to make versus what is the thing that people will expect? And I've continually made the opposite choice for me more than anything else. So really, this is an essay that I've made for me. And that has me very nervous because every time I do an essay or a video for me, especially one that I've put so much time into, it doesn't do super well. Oh, Johnny Viro, if I were to make a shouldered proxy, would you like me to send it to you? Sure. I would love that. I love proxies, and I always need shouldered ones. And then somebody said my hair is floofed. That is because in addition to working for, I think I edited 4 or 5 hours today, the video is going to end up being, I think, all the footage together, because I have the rough draft done. So good news on that front. I have the rough draft basically done, and I have the uploaded, like the copyright claim test I uploaded. Didn't trip anything. I'm going to leave it up for a couple days because sometimes Disney copyright will trip like a day or two after. But so far, on the back end, we're all good. So that's great for me, which is something that is very... that's another thing I was really worried about. Because the video covers so much. And so I had to use, like... I use so much footage, so much, like so many advertisements, so many, like decades and decades worth of stuff is covered in this video, on nostalgia and commercialization and just kind of human connectivity. And I'm happy with where it's ended up. I'm really happy with where it's going. And shake up my thing a little bit. What was I saying with that? So the rough draft is finished. Now I still have 2 more drafts I need to do, one on top of the other. One of them is going to be the what I call the edit draft, and then the final. And the edit draft is just to make sure that, like, because I have a computer is not super powerful. Sometimes in editing, sometimes you may notice this when you watch my videos. You may notice that my videos are like I might skip something, or I might accidentally leave in something I meant to edit out, and that's because I usually don't catch it because it doesn't load sometimes during the editing, and that is one of the many reasons I'm trying to upgrade my equipment, because it's just a raw horsepower issue with the editing software. Somebody's saying, what's the essay about? It is, so the essay's title is Your Nostalgia Is Not Your Own. And it is about, it's about a lot of stuff. It's about kind of modern commercialization, simulacra, nostalgia, obviously, how that is weaponized politically, how right-wing groups utilize nostalgia as this kind of abstract, aspirational goal of, you know, like I deal a lot with the return shit type stuff. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, I thought I was gonna sneeze. Oliver draws, hello. Is it kind of like how you get nostalgia from old commercials and stuff? A little bit. It is, yeah, it does. Like, I cover that a lot. I talk a lot about how, like, in America, we are so ridiculously indoctrinated with nostalgia for products and stuff. I don't know if it's a video that's going to make a lot of people happy, because it is kind of, I think it's going to be very, I don't know if depressing is the right word. But, I mean, either way, that's not tonally any different than most of the stuff I do, I guess. All right. What's Lil Baffy? Lil Baffy, that's Lil Baphomet. That's my Lil Baphomet. That's Lamb Chop. Lamb Chop's the Lil Baffy. Cass, thank you for $4.99. Date canceled on me. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I know what that's like. I've had, I mean, my partner lives with me now, and my other partner doesn't, but, like, we've been dating for 3 years, so when I was still dating, I had one time I got stood up that was just fucking heartbreaking, and I hate it. So I know that feeling. That shit stings. Yeah, sorry, let me make sure I have my tabs on. Go. You really do look great. I'm so glad. So the other half of that is, so like I said, today, outside of editing, today has been go, 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 because I woke up around 5, did my regular wake up thing, futzed around a little bit, went on my morning run. I read more of Neuromancer. I think I'm getting pretty, I am getting pretty close to the end. I've made a lot of progress through Neuromancer. And then I had to run kind of all over town real quick to just do chores, pick up medication, that kind of thing. And then came home, edited for 4 or 5 hours, and then I was like, oh, you know what? A friend of mine texted me, was like, hey, Spirit Halloween's open. I thought to myself, I said, Self, you know what would be a really fun thing for you and Pookie to do? Would be to go to Spirit Halloween. So I said, hey, Pookie, what if we went to Spirit Halloween? And she was like, yeah, sure, let's go to Spirit Halloween. And I was like, word. And the plan was Spirit Halloween, then grab something to eat, because neither of us had eaten much today, and then stream. And this did not happen because do I plan to read the rest of the Sprawl trilogy? Is there another is Snow Crash part of that same story? Just to be here, I've thought of writing an essay talking about how growing up poor kind of locked me out of a lot of typically nostalgic experiences in media, but I have no confidence in my ability. Tune into my video, because I think there's a lot of overlap in talking about how a lot of nostalgia, or a lot of things that people ascribe to nostalgia, isn't actually genuine nostalgia anymore. And maybe that might help you like kind of reframe the stuff that you're like, ah, damn, I missed out on that. It's like, well, the truth is that, like, you probably didn't actually. Oliver draws, my dog went to the vet and found out she's not sick. Hell yeah, she just wants wet food. Did x-rays. She had no cancer. Parenthetical, she's a boxer. They are notorious for it. She's also 14. Damn. 14. Good dog. I just met a dog. Neuromancer, Count Zero, and Mona Lisa Overdrive. Oh, I know Mona Lisa Overdrive. That's the name of a track on the Matrix Reloaded soundtrack. Yeah, I probably will. I really like Gibson's writing is really, it's very, all right, so here's the thing with William Gibson. Okay, sorry, you're getting me off track already. Going to Spirit Halloween. So took an Uber out there to where on Google it said, hey, there's a Spirit Halloween here. And wouldn't you know it, it was relatively close by. And so I was like, okay, hey, we can go over there and then walk back. It'll be a nice little jaunt, and then I can get started streaming. Spirit Halloween is not there. I get there, we're sitting in the Uber, and the driver's like, well, where do you want me to take you? And I'm like, oh, let me look it up. And I said, okay, well, actually just leave us here, because Uber said, okay, no, actually, the Spirit Halloween you do want to go to, the one that actually exists and is actually open, is 11 miles away, so that'll be $50. To which I said, no, I do not need it that bad. That sucks. And so that kind of dashed my afternoon for a little bit. We did end up having a cutesy little walk back home. We did end up getting some food. And then I got home, and after, it was one of those things where, you know, when you spend time outside in like the sun, or, well, it was the sun because it was midday heat. It was so fucking hot. And after eating and stuff, I was just like, oh, geez Louise, I simply cannot go another bite. I simply need to expire. And I ended up, laying down and being like, okay, you know what? I'm going to just lay down, close my eyes for a half second. And that was an hour ago. And so I had a little nap, and now I'm up. And Adam and I like kind of bolted awake being like, no, I got to stream. So yeah, it's weird. It's been a weird day. It's been a weird one. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. What are my thoughts on Hassan hypothetically acting as a father figure for Nathan because holy shit, he needs one? Yeah, I've been meaning to reach out to Nathan, actually. So the thing is, with this current video, because I've talked about it. I'm going to do a second coat on this hand. I talked about it last stream, how the next deep dive I'm doing will be on Destiny. And I can't tell if I'm too early or too late, or right on time for deciding that project, because holy shit of all the stuff coming out, much of which we will talk about today. And I don't want to, I don't know. The stuff with his son makes me sad as hell. It really does, because I've seen, like, I'm not a, you know, I'm not like you know, technically I do this for a job, but I am not a professional de-radicalization expert or anything. I have just seen a lot of radicalization, and I have just studied and read a lot about the pipelines people go down. And when I see everything on Destiny's Son, I'm like, that is the you cannot find a more textbook case of a kid who is crying out for attention, who wants some form of validation, and who, like, that group of people is the one giving it to him, which is the case for many aggrieved young people. Why they turn to these methods of radicalization. I think just his dad being a piece of shit is just the icing on the cake. Does Destiny fall under dirtbag left? No. He's not left enough. Like, Destiny prides himself. We're going to talk about it more. See, all shiny now. Corvermore, as someone with a dead father, I'm truly grateful I had a father who loved me. I fortunately cannot comprehend what it's like to not have a father in a child's life. As somebody who, Corvermore, as somebody who also has a dead dad, I come at it from the exact opposite way. So, okay, sorry, I need to go help Miss do something real quick. Okay. Yeah, Kibben is... oh, yeah, Cat update. So Cat has been good. She has been so high. I don't know what they gave her. They gave her something that, like... And I've also been giving her meds, because today she had her last round of meds. And then I think after today, she is going to be just, I think, fine. Her sutures are supposed to fall out on their own in a couple days. She's been eating, drinking. That's always the thing I was most worried about. She has been obnoxiously cuddly, like in a way that I've never. Like, part of it is her being high, because when she first came home from the surgery, and she was super dopey and like had a hard time like moving and stuff, she was just kind of like a little grumpus. She went into her little cubby hole that she has in her cat tree that she only goes in when she's not feeling good, and she was just like, don't. And she, you know, she never like swats or hisses or anything, but she would just like, I would pick her up and try and snuggle her, and she would just like sit for a couple seconds and be like, no, and then just. And then if you're in the Discord, I think I posted it on Twitter too, but then the next morning I woke up and she was just like the biggest, widest saucer eyes as she was just looking around the room, just being like, and she's been kind of just chilling ever since. And she's getting back to her vocal self. I think she does, like, I think it feels good to get scritches on her face right now. Yeah. Destiny is pro-genocide. Yeah, Destiny is... So, last year sometime, I called Destiny a reactionary centrist. Because, like most reactionaries, he's not actually driven by principle. He's driven by, reaction. He's driven by things that will get a rise out of others. The things that he knows he can incite others to do, or the emotional responses that he implores and utilizes in his arguments, which is why he was so good, quote unquote, which is why he really thrived, I think, in the debate space. Hello, DD, you're real cool. Mets won. Oh, the Mets, love the Mets. Oh, the Mets. The John Turn debate, and really cannot help being a total dick. Look. Everybody can be a dick at some point, and it is my firm belief that it is your right as an American to be a dick sometimes, a little bit. Oh, and the last thing, the reason somebody said, "Oh, your hair is so poof." Yes, my hair is fucking fluffy right now because I took a shower and I got to wash my hair and stuff. Oh, cold beer, love the Mets. Oh, Mets, baby, love the Mets. I don't know why I go into like every time I try and do like, I go into like a Mike Lindell accent. Oh, don't you know? I really like your hair. Thank you, Tinkerbell. Vosh knew everything. So that's suspicious. Centrist fuckwittery shit. Yeah, it's because Destiny is one of those things as technically he's like, because he's worked with Progressive Victory for years. He kind of spearheaded Progressive Victory at some point. And he has been a broadly progressive, but in that very annoying he runs in the same orbit as like Brianna Wu. Like in that very annoying centrist way where instead of again working off of principle or theory or and those things, theory cannot be the be all and all of your political journey, by the way. It bugs the hell out of me when people base all of their stuff on theory from even more relatively newer philosophers or economists. You cannot have other people do thinking for you. But yeah, smug performative centrism is a good way, I feel, to describe him. Nose Ferratu, thank you for following. Jazzica, thank you for following. And Kevin Attacks, thank you for following. Destiny is a right-winger, always has been. Progressive is a dog whistle for centrism, which is right-wing. Yeah, Elena Connor. I think Elena Connor, a lot of times he reminds me of Short Fat Otaku. Excuse me. Who is somebody that will constantly be like, oh no, yeah, I think you should totally be able to, if you want to transition, you should be able to do this, and you should be able to smoke weed. It's just this kind of vaguely repackaged libertarianism that, again, it is based on this idea of if you are too far in any one direction, you're an extremist and you can't be trusted. So instead, you should be not extreme in any way and not have any real or true convictions, because that allows you to sit back and point and laugh at everybody who does have real convictions and be like, oh, look at these fucking idiots. The problem with that kind of fence-sitting centrism, and this is especially more Short Fat Otaku than Destiny. The problem is that, as many other people have noticed, it allows for the people in power to just continue doing the shitty things they're doing. It is not it is arguably worse than leftists who infight. because there's nobody even trying to correct anything. You are just, it is this implicit like acceptance of the status quo that like, you know, it's the kind of thing where like, you fucking dumbass commies, you think these stupid tankies and commies, like communism has never worked, you fucking dummies. And it's like, okay, so do you think the current system is working super great? Because I kind of don't. I was somebody sent me something Brianna Wu was saying the other day, where they were like, they essentially said like she's basically going to be right wing before the end of the year, or like come out as like a Republican basically, because she was talking about how I love America. America's the best place in the world, and we've never, you know, all these radical leftists and communists just want to take everything down and act like America is the worst place in the world. It's like, it's just, you're just repeating conservative talking points uncritically. Like you think America is great because you are in a class that has mostly benefited rich people, rich white people. Like you have failed upwards against all odds, Brianna, and still for some reason have a platform. I'm not surprised you think America is great. People like you usually do, which is why people fight so hard. It's why people get so mad at like Hassan. Is like the thing, again, I don't think Hassan should not be anybody's end point for, you know, their political journey, for their theory, for their reading or anything like that. A lot of people have observed, and I agree, that Hassan is a really good jumping off point. But the thing that I think, the reason that Hassan makes so many waves is that he is, by many definitions, he's kind of a class traitor. In the way that people who look like him, who act like him, who live like him exist, he goes against the grain in so many ways. And unlike a lot of people, you know, like if you were to compare him to other streamers in that space, people, you know, I would even put like Jake Paul and those dipshits, Aiden Ross and the Nelk boys and all those dumbasses. Like Hassan does have a cognizance of his place in that machine, which is, again, a lot more than most of them. Someone at Magic Tonight said, damn, I don't remember the government working 25% of my shift. That's rough. That's fucking real though. That's fucking real. Was that their first paycheck? Was that their first paycheck? Because I feel like that's that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I detest Jake Paul. You're the you ain't the only one. Hassan broed upwards. I love that. That's pretty funny. So yeah, we got some stuff to talk about tonight. I wanted to do a Friday stream. I still need to help raise some money for the cat. Cause Cat is, I'm watching her lick her little paw right now. But the payment, I do have to lump sum pay it on Monday. I have to call the vet place. So if you have any little ducats to give, I would very much appreciate it. It would be super rad and helpful. Theo Turkers, have I seen the RE9 trailer? So I watched some of the trailers from Gamescom. Just to be here, I'm so excited for cozy weather. My partner and I are so excited. Yeah, the Gamescom is weird because I feel like since E3 is kind of no longer, Gamescom was always the second spoke on the wheel. And right next to TGS, it was Gamescom, E3, TGS were like the big three, right? And what's the best link to donate for the cat? The Ko-Fi link. Oh, there, Johnny Viral just posted it. Thank you, Lily Loves, and thank you, Johnny Viral. And it's not E3, Gamescom. But I guess I had kind of figured that with the lack of E3. And granted, companies are now they've kind of gotten used to doing their own shows. There's the PlayStation, the Xbox, the Nintendo. They all have their own directs, and I think people need to do less shows in general now. Like you can look at something like I think Grand Theft Auto. Well, Grand Theft Auto is unique. Rockstar is unique in that they can like they could not put out a trailer at all for Grand Theft Auto 6. They could just drop it one day with no warning and no pre-order. It would still sell like hotcakes. Like that's a a unique thing. So I cannot take that as the trend. But I was sitting down watching the Gamescom trailers because I watched a compilation of just like, here's all the trailers, and I just scrolled through the ones that I liked or the ones I was interested in, and it was stuff that I was like, yeah, this looks good. Ninja Gaiden 4, I'm like, I'm seated day one. Like Platinum Games making Ninja Gaiden, Cyberpunk Ninja Gaiden, I'm there. No, enough said. Stop talking. Let's have this. Let's go. I'm really looking forward to Ninja Gaiden 4. Silent Hill F, really looking forward to. Onimusha. Like I know that Susie is out there talking. I don't know if Susie is technically employed by Capcom anymore, or not anymore. But if Susie is technically employed by Capcom, but I know Susie like has a genuine love for a lot of Capcom stuff, Onimusha included, and I like Onimusha. I like Onimusha 2. Onimusha, the new Onimusha that's a Souls game. That shit just looks like Neo to me, and I'm very done with that kind of like I'm not done with that game, with like that genre. I don't think anybody is. I don't think we ever will be. But when you have coming out the same year Ninja Gaiden 4, I'm like, I'm a little bit. New Resident Evil game, I'm excited for it. I didn't watch the gameplay, I just watched the trailer. Trailer looks fine. It has I think it's this really weird spot right now where like I've never been so back. I've never been so back as Resident Evil and Silent Hill both being back. And yeah, Susie is in Sphere Hunter. It's really funny to see happening all over again. The disparity in like the quality of writing and storytelling for Resident Evil and Silent Hill, because I love Resident Evil. I do. I struggle to think of a Resident Evil I would say has a good story, like a story that I would recommend to somebody to play simply because of the story. I think 7 probably comes closest. And Silent Hill F, on the other hand, has this great like writer that a lot of people know. I think from more I think people know the writer more from visual novels. I'm not really familiar with the writer, but I've heard great things. And has just this artistry to it. I was reading a preview of the floor or not the floor demo, but like a closed door demo, where somebody at IGN had played like the first 5 hours of the game, and it was just, I had never read that author before, but it brought me back to like the time I played like 3 hours of when I went to QuakeCon and got a closed door demo for Evil Within 2. Because it was a lot of that. I don't know. It made me weirdly nostalgic in a way. Wasn't there a Resident Evil that was released on the DS? Was that a good story? Revelations 1? No. Revelations 2? Yeah, actually. Revelations 2 had a surprisingly like good story. Higurashi, yes. Yeah, I don't know. Watching the gameplay trailers and stuff, and there's so many things that I look at and I'm like, I don't think, and granted, a lot of this is also coming as I've been actively working on a video on nostalgia and commercialization and just the recycling of kind of like slot brain and stuff. Oh, hey, baby. Sorry, I just need my Pookie to do a thing. No, no, no. Ladies is fine. Just wanted Godzilla cups. Thank you so many. Stick your tongue out at me. Cultural stagnation. And I think Overwatch 2 has better characters and writing. What are you talking about? Thank you, my love. Thank you so many. Don't they're making fun of the way I talk. What do you think about SMT? I need to play more SMT. I have started SMT 3. Let's see. I started on PS2. I started it on Switch. I started it on PS5. Oh, chat, we have a special guest. Hello, hi cat. Hello. She just waddled her little fuzzy butt over here. Hello. Hello. Oh, hello. Oh, she's purring immediately. Oh, okay. Okay, you're just coming up and saying hi, huh? Yeah, whoa. Or, oh yeah. How's that? Is that good for you? Is that good for you? Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, okay. Do you want to share your cat wisdom? Hello, baby. Do I have any nostalgic games I think not enough people know about? Yeah, tons. Muppet Monster Adventure. We don't need to go on a Muppet Monster Adventure tip. We've done it before. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, baby. See what I said when I see what I meant when I was saying she's been so snuggly lately. Now you're getting cat hair all over my face. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How you feeling, baby? I love you. How old is a cat? She's about 10. She's about 10, and she just got all of her twofers removed. So everybody who's been donating, she is doing very good. As y'all can see, I don't want to open her mouth because I think she's still a little bit uncomfortable. But yeah, she had a little dental disease and has all of her teeth gone now, which is fine. Like, that's apparently a very common I was really worried about it, but it's apparently a very common thing to like, as cats get a little bit older, especially if they have a mixed diet of like wet and dry food. Thank you, Goblin, for $10. What a perfect creature. The cat is cute too. Stop. Oh, she's always had somebody saying cat has one of those I'm very old faces. She's always had that. Always had. Okay, now you're just showing off, you little binkus bonkus. I love you. Yes, I do. It's so funny because she has the most scowly resting bitch face, always has, but she's always been like this, especially with me more than most people. Somebody saying, how do people get into SMT? I would say, so the one that I've played the most is Shin Megami Tensei 5, which I have like 50 hours in. I like it. I've been actually thinking of going back to it because I've been going back to Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth lately. I've been hankering. Oh, I've been hankering for some Yakuza. Oh, yeah. I don't know where that voice is coming from. I'm so sorry. Hello, baby. Look at that, baby. Look at that, Kevin. Hey. Hey, cat done made her get off. Or dog done made her get off. Where you Kibben going? Yeah, Kibben's fine. Yeah, SMT. Watch Yakuza vicariously. Disappointing. You cannot watch Yakuza vicariously. You need to experience Yakuza. I had a time recently, and I don't want to. I won't talk too much about Yakuza because I can go on for Yakuza for hours. But I had a time recently where I was playing Infinite Wealth, and I was like, there was a point, and people who have played Infinite Wealth, I'll try and keep it spoiler free if you haven't. There was a point where I was playing, and a very minor side character from Yakuza 3 and some other games, but mostly Yakuza 3 came on to popped into the game, and I rolled real fucking tears over Kiryu's reaction. Like I was fucking not like blubbering or anything, but like Yakuza is a like slow one tear rolling down the cheek series for me. Like if Kiryu gets got, I get got. If Kiryu starts crying, I'm gonna start crying. Like that shit is real. It's like that. Like anytime I play Yakuza, it's just like this shit means something to me, man. Like this shit means something to me. If Kiryu, oh man, if Kiryu, Kiryu out here saving puppies, or anytime he helps Haruko with something, I'm just rolling tears. Nope. There we go. Soar. Kermie. I do have a Kermie in the background. This is actually a vintage. What year were you made, buddy? Let me see if I can take them off without taking off the Kakudemon. Yeah. Copyright Henson Associates 1976. This I rescued this guy, and he is in great 76. This guy is in great condition. Has Velcro on his hands and legs that still goes. I rescued him from a thrift store. Actually, he was just thrown in there, and I was like, oh my god, that looks like a vintage one. And the hardest part to find about these ones is that he has printing on the eyeballs, but and they're a little bit scuffed on the other part. They're a little bit scuffed and a little bit yellowed, which happens with plastic over time. But then the black parts themselves get scuffed up, so it looks like sometimes he doesn't have eyes. But this one is in crazy good condition. And I was like, okay, well, I think he was in a Value Village that I found him actually. But yeah, that's my Kermit story. You and your cat are both so pretty. Thank you. Lily loves, I've never played these games, but you're selling me on them. I love to cry. Yakuza is so fucking good. Yakuza is the only game series I've had a genuine emotional reaction to them moving a store in one game. When Don Quixote in South Kamurocho was changed in Lost Judgment, I was beside myself. Or was it in Judgment? I think it might have been in Judgment that was changed. I was mad. I was going to fucking boycott the neighborhood. Good for Gabby. Holy crap, I had one of those many decades ago. Many decades. Oh. Alrighty. We cannot sidestep any longer, unfortunately, chat. So let me actually, before we go into this, on the Destiny Snark board, we got to do some, because we're also going to go into two things. One, we need to go into Destiny's previous allegations from earlier this year. And two, we need to talk about the Willie Mack show apparently calling the cops on Destiny, which is bonkers to me. All right, give me 1 second. Look, I don't talk a lot about Destiny. I don't talk a lot about drama or other streamers or other people unless it is something I feel the need to speak out against. And I feel like it has escalated to this point. But at the same time, it selfishly, personally, there is a little bit of reveling in a downfall here. I don't know how much of a downfall we're going to see. Yeah, because this was, first off, Destiny still has a rabid fan. The first thing that people sent me, because people have sent me a lot of stuff. Some of it like this. Oh, damn it, now I'm going to sneeze. Anyway, the first thing people sent me when I announced I was going to do a deep dive on Destiny was a series of warnings because his fan base was apparently crazy. And this was around the time that he was like basically openly threatening Hassan's life. would you... Excuse me. I'm getting stuffy again because allergy season. I think... Yeah, let's just get into this and read through it. This was earlier this year, and I don't understand any... I guess I don't understand parasociality. Like, I am not parasocial with really anyone. I think that comes with the territory of being, like, somebody who people are parasocial with. I certainly don't understand being parasocial with just a slug man like this. I have always personally found destiny, and again, there's a little bit of reveling here, because personally, separated from my, whatever professional persona or internet presence or whatever you want to say, on a personal level, I've always found destiny to be incredibly noxious. I think he's gross. And the way that he has talked about being, like, polyamorous, and the way that he has talked about sex and stuff, it very much in the same way that Vosh has done it. Like, even when they might be bi, look, there's something about cis men that they just, and it's not all men, but there is something that just gives me the fucking ick. And I think it's less because of the stuff they do and more because of how they use their power dynamics and how they... Is that box heavy? No? It might be the bed sheets. Oh no, that sounds like Celsius.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Yeah. Well, okay, so Raven, Discord seems to be a good way for a community to get parasocial. No knock if you have one, just saying it's somewhat of a pattern. Yeah, I think, like, I have a Discord. A lot of people here are in the Discord. I don't interact with the Discord a lot. Anybody who is in my Discord can attest to that. It's very rare that I pop in there. And I think it's because I have no desire. And again, I understand. This is an armchair analysis. This is armchair quarterback shit. I will fully admit to that. What I see in people like Destiny is this want or need or validation they get from having a group of people that agree with them, that can gather around them, that they can then go and weaponize in some way. And I have less than no desire for that. I have no desire to... Like, I barely have a desire to have people gather because they're fans of me. And so I think, like, there is very much, like, because, I think almost every content creator, at a certain point of when I was growing, after I hit 100,000, people were like, no, you really need to have a Discord server. Like, it's just something that people do. I'm in some of my friends' Discord servers. I'm in Quico Francis's Discord. I'm in other friends' Discord servers. And I'm very thankful that I have a incredibly dedicated, incredibly talented group of moderators. And I don't need to stay up on it, because if I needed to, I wouldn't. Oh shit, speaking of which, I completely forgot. Sorry, give me 1 second. If I just remembered something. If I don't respond, I'm not going to. Okay. Um, William Mack show another slop tuber with no soul and a wife provided by Israel. Nathan, you, DD, you're giving I'm not like other streamers. I'm not like other streamers. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Yeah, I think so. And the other stuff is that I think he's often been like anytime Destiny has been there's a reason that he has a nickname Sex Pestiny, right? That always bugs me. I am mostly of the belief that, you know, people's personal lives are their personal lives. I think things get messy in ways that don't always need to be publicized. You have a lot of times where people will like write a lot of times. Every now and then I'll see drama I'm unfamiliar with between streamers, VTubers, personalities that just happen to cross over with my spheres in some Venn diagram or another. God damn it. Sorry, give me 1 second. Hello, doggy. Hello. Yes, hello. Hello. Okay. And I think there's a like there's a level of interpersonal like relationship issue that doesn't need to be televised. It doesn't need to be made public. It doesn't need to be like, not everybody's business needs to be all out in the open. Even if somebody hurt you personally, and by the way, I'm not talking about abuse. I'm not talking about, you know, revenge porn. I'm not talking about any of the shit that we're going to talk about with Destiny. I'm talking more like, you know, okay, this person cheated on me. This person lied to me. This person, you know, spent all of our money on, you know, scratchy lottos. I don't know. That stuff, I think some people need to like keep that in a little bit more. Like people need to learn to, and I understand why, especially when you're a personality, especially when you have a platform, especially when you feel you've been hurt by something. I think there are certain things that people need to like, you need to work that out amongst yourselves. Like some stuff needs to stay quiet. The inverse of that, I think, is that some stuff needs to be more loudly proclaimed. Shit like this is that stuff. The idea of having a massive audience, and we're gonna look at this more, because it has recently come to light that Destiny was, and I guess this is something that people who hate Destiny have been keeping tabs of for a while, had been sexting somebody who was at the time 17 years old. And to me, again, yeah, people are looking at it more like reality TV than reality. That's a good way to put it. I've spoken openly about how I don't, and I have no need to date anybody. I have 2 partners. I'm living with 1 partner. I'm in a very happy, healthy relationship. I have no need to date people. If I did, my audience is not even on a list of considering for people. I've talked about this openly before. I have so many issues on a basic level of morality. I have so many issues with any streamer of any stripe, of any political alignment, of any ideology. Like, I don't care if they're just a game streamer. I have so many issues with any streamer who dates somebody from their audience who isn't a peer in some way. Like, if it is not somebody you can call like a coworker, because that's entirely different. Like, if it is somebody who understands, because with that understanding of that job, of that kind of place in the internet attention economy, comes at least, even if they don't understand the things you've been through, they have a vague understanding of how people can be parasocial, how to like hopefully not navigate that to make you uncomfortable. You know, you can still have relationships and friendships with people because of your content. I have good friends who the first words they said to me at like local Magic games and stuff were like, "Hey, I really like your videos." I have good friends who I've met who were my fans before. That's fine. Relationship dynamics, because they so quickly escalate to sexual dynamics, are unacceptable. Plainly. Unfucking acceptable to me. Yeah, it's like a rock star and a fan. Exactly. It is. Yeah, no, you're right. Clown Royal. Every slightly femme streamer has to tell the audience this isn't a dating service. All right, look, y'all. We had a really good stream, and we are going to actually, my partner Koa and I are going to, we're going to continue streaming this Sunday. We are planning to play more of Resident Evil 7 because everybody loved it so much, their reactions. That being said, some of the comments I got, not cool. Like most, I do want to say most comments, totally fine. Like totally sweet, very cute. But some of them saying that you would date both of us, it's just not acceptable. It's just not. Like if you would not say, like, if you would not open a person-to-person conversation with that, it's not an acceptable thing to drop in a comment section. Yeah. I think, I mean, I wonder how many public figures do that but are just messy about it. Look, and here's the other thing is that public figures, actors, streamers, whatever, they're still people who want to have bonds. They still want to meet people. There was a Anthony Mackie. Anthony Mackie had some paparazzi take a picture of him kissing a lady, and the funniest part of the picture, because every time I see it, I'm just like, you dog, you, because it's the picture is so funny. The picture is so funny because it's a picture of him, the lady and him. He's facing the camera. The lady's butt is to the camera, and the close-up shot that, you know, all the tabloids were using was like, oh, Anthony Mackie kissing mysterious woman or whatever. And then you pull out and he is double palming her butt like a life preserver. Like I'm just like it's one of those things where it's like, you know, whomst among us doesn't like a little butt, you know? Like, let the man have his butt. That's fine. There is a line where it's like, I think people's lives should be their own. But at the same time, using your life to basically create, as it seems Destiny has done, a stable of people to prey on is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Yeah, so let's go into some of this shit. This was February 21st, 2025, so just a couple months back. YouTuber Destiny sued for sharing revenge porn video with random fan. Okay, first off, again, I sharing any porn, unless you are in a situation, which is a very rare situation, I would say the only porn you should be sharing is of yourself. And I say this as somebody who does like OnlyFans, and I don't do nudity. I do boudoir photos and stuff. One of my favorite like party tricks is showing off my cosplays. Like when I've had like 2 or 3 drinks in me, I just show everybody my cosplays because I'm so proud of them. I love like all the lighting and stuff. I always do cool ones, and people are always like, "Oh my god, that's so cool." And usually nobody cares if there's a little butt in there, right? Because I'm not showing them explicit nudity. That being said, like I have also had people who use that as an opportunity to like flirt back and be like, "Hey, do you want to see some of my OnlyFans pics?" To which I'm not going to say no. Like that's a consensual transaction right there, right? That's how adults interact. That is their content. That is only featuring them. That's fine. If somebody, even if I found them to be smoking hot, if somebody said, "Hey, do you want to see something of my ex?" Or, "Hey, look at this person who's not me." What do you, what, I cannot, I can't fathom it. I can't fathom it. Yeah, like, it's the exact same thing that fucking, oh, what the fuck was that one dipshit? Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz did. Like, he did this shit on the floor of Congress. He would just be frat broing it up with other members where he would just be like, "Hey, do you want to see this chick who sent me her tit?" Like, it's just fucking gross. Hello, dog. Oh. If y'all can hear that tap, tap, tapping, that's me looking down at Lady and her tail hitting the wall. Hello. Hello. Ow. Oh, that one hurt your little head. You just bonked your head. You bonked that so hard, baby. Why'd you bonk it? Silly baby. Yeah, now if you see me moving, I'm petting Lady. That's what's happening here. Destiny is a game, Dale Wilson. I also, or no, 3D Bob, I also got confused about that. Oxpacker, certain people in Vash's sphere have made me feel weird with time by way of just stewing in parasocial resentment over the folder almost 2 years. God, has it already been 2 years? A lot of people in Destiny's sphere always gave me this impression that they know there's something sadistic happening, and they were hitting people with this very yes and mentality. Yeah, like there is this, I completely agree. Thank you for the 100 biddies, by the way. There's this kind of like, I don't know, again, this like edgy passiveness to what I've seen of a lot of Destiny's community, where they just want to be like, yeah, it's not that bad, or like it's not that big of a deal. Like, a lot of them were responding from some of the Discord chats I've seen going around. A lot of them were responding with like the idea that like, oh, if Rose is 18, hey, Destiny said that she's probably 18, so like if she's 18, it's fine. And I'm like, Destiny's fucking how old? He has a kid? The dude is almost 40. It's not okay. Sorry. I'm sorry if that makes me too fucking woke. If you are 40, you've been a prominent streamer for over a decade. You have a moral and social responsibility to reject any, like, it is unacceptable. Like, you, I can't even, like, my stomach just did a flip just thinking about it. It is so... Matthew, I said Destiny is almost 40. I'm rounding up here a little bit. Anyway, let's finish. Let's get with one allegation before we have to go on to the next. Been sued for violating a federal revenge porn law. The lawsuit filed Tuesday and obtained by the rap claims Destiny intentionally shared a video of himself having sex with a woman with a random fan in 2022. A move that led to the video being leaked online in 2024 and viewed at least 78,000 times. The lawsuit says the plaintiff, identified as PXIE, a smaller politics-focused streamer with around 25,000 followers, was identified by internet trolls once the video was leaked, leading her to become suicidal due to extreme humiliation, distress, and emotional suffering it caused. So he shared this somewhere on the internet, like not even in person. And a quote-unquote random fan, Destiny, who has 840,000 subscribers on YouTube and 289 on X, appears to have admitted to the plaintiff that he had shared the leaked video without her consent. Quote, "I'm so sorry. There's literally no excuse. I'd have phone convos and stuff with this person. They were fairly close to me. It's worthless to say it at this point, but I'm super sorry. There's literally no excuse." How the fuck? I genuinely do not understand how anybody finds that, like... This is one of those things that should be like Ethan, where you look at how the H3 podcast has fucking tanked off a cliff since the Ethan of it all. And I just look at this and I'm like, how do you have... How does anybody hear a 36-year-old man, I think he might have been 35 at the time, say, "There's literally no excuse. I'm sorry. I'm super sorry. There's literally no excuse." When you're claiming you sent it to a random person who was also somebody you had phone combos with and you were fairly close to me. The lawsuit also says Destiny started destroying evidence, including text messages between him and the plaintiff in late January, once he knew a lawsuit was likely being filed. You fucking snake. It also claims that about 15 women reached out to the plaintiff and said Destiny The lawsuit also claims that about 15 women reached out to the plaintiff and said Destiny had shared sexually explicit images of other women with them without the consent of the women in the pictures. There are things that you when you look into people a lot, and when you look into histories, and when you see, look, sorry, I'm just a noticer. I'm noticing patterns. Human beings are evolved to be pattern noticing animals. Being ADHD as fuck, I'm slightly better at it than a lot of people. Sometimes I see patterns where there aren't any. Sometimes I find weird correlations. This is not one of those times. This is actually a very simple one, where you see a habit and a trend of behavior, and the only conclusion you can draw is that this is somebody who is deeply troubled and who has formed a pattern of manipulating others, who has formed a pattern of using what little power he has over others. This is predatory. Destiny is a predator. That's what this is. In a YouTube video titled "Destiny Addresses His Lawsuit" out Thursday, the streamer said he had waited to comment to, quote, "minimize publicizing both mine and other people's explicit material." Do you God, what other high-profile sex abuse scandal lately has used that exact... Oh, right, it was Trump trying to bury the Epstein shit. Being like, yeah, we don't want to... We don't want to continually, like it's got to be so traumatic for them to continually drag out this shit I did. Like, come on, think about the victims a little bit. Why don't you? Why don't you think about the victims, Steven? He did that, he said, blah, 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 primarily because the plaintiff had said she would kill herself if the sex clip was ever seen by her parents. Earlier in his YouTube video, Destiny shared what he claimed is an early December message he had sent the plaintiff, in which he said, quote, "I have not confirmed / denied anything at all publicly, and I will never do so." So that's his game, by the way. That's what when the quote unquote leaked video of him giving a blowy to Nick Fuentes came out. He did the exact same thing. Maximum room possible to negotiate some sort of settlement with me without me having come out with a statement of my own that sheds more light on her character and her behavior. Wow. What a piece of shit. He continued, quote, "There is always room for improvement in my own behavior, and I've obviously reflected..." This is important. "I've obviously reflected on and changed the way I've engaged with people in this space over the past couple of years. This entire ordeal involves a video recorded 5 years ago and sent 3 years ago, in April of 2022. That's not comforting, by the way. Saying you held on to a video for over 2 years and then we're still sharing it. I don't. All right, yeah, I should go back and caveat the Destiny Nick Fuentes thing. I don't think it actually happened. But there was a quote-unquote leaked video about... Somebody said... I think it was confirmed to be Destiny giving head to somebody. I don't think it was Nick Fuentes. Destiny then said it was irritating that my prioritizing Pixie's well-being at every stage of this after the leaks has resulted in me being maligned so heavily, but alas. Go fucking... 2 days before the lawsuit, Destiny called the pending legal claim a racket and said the plaintiff's lawyers were looking to get $15 million out of him. The plaintiff is seeking a jury trial, at least $1 million in punitive damages and $1 million in compensatory damages. That's not 15. So even then, he's just fucking lying. Why does anybody believe anything he fucking says after this? So, I don't know. Rose was 100% undeniably 17 years old when Destiny was trying to fly her out and was sexting her. This is from DGG Snark 3 days ago. I am not well-versed in the hating Destiny sphere. I'm getting up to date real quick, though. I'm getting up to speed. I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up real quick. I get it. I understand it. So I want to see. I don't know what this video is first.
Fall isn't quite here officially, but several Rockford area residents are having end-of-summer garage sales before the chilly weather hits.
Because they're a thing. Digital reporter Jim Haggerty checked out...
Oh, wait. Sorry.
Some of those end-of-the-year garage sales or summer and sees what he could find.
Sales you can... Blankets, just anything, whatever catches my eye.
A lot can be said about garage sales, including that there are treasures lurking on every table.
You can find a lot of cheaper things, a lot of things that are better quality. I think a lot of clothes aren't made like how they used to be, so a lot of times at garage sales you can find like nicer quality for a lot cheaper. And it's nice because you don't have to pay taxes.
So I guess they are going on. I'm assuming this is the girl he was texting. And I am assuming... All right, give me a second. October 21st, 17 years old. Destiny started sexting her at the start of 2022 when she still would have been 17, continued for many months, allegedly until she turned 18. Logs confirmed that he was sexting her from the start of 2022, but here is Destiny in his own words saying as much.
just started sexting.
Actually, we've been texting for months. Thank you.
He's so fucking stupid, dude. He's so fucking stupid. He will try to pretend he didn't know, but he 100% knew. He himself commented she looked like a minor. God. Oh, this is so fucking gross. I'm gonna see if I can find some of the text, because like here's the other fucking thing. You can. Oh, hey Lane, I was just thinking about you. I haven't seen you in a minute. How you been doing? I realize it's very low on the list of infractions, but his sexting is also horrendous. It is just, it's vile. It's vile. It's vile. She had braces, lived with her parents who didn't allow her to fly out to Miami, parenthetical like responsible parents would do, to go meet with the 35-year-old wretched creature. None of her porn was sold in official sites. She had no OF, no Fansly, no Patreon, no ManyVids. Instead, she sold it through DMs and Twitter and Discord. Keep in mind, Destiny has a history of looking for underage nudes on Twitter. Does anyone have the clip of him saying how last night he found a bunch of underage girls who posted her porn under a specific hashtag? He does have a history of defending phebophiles. Jesus Christ. Let me see. Destiny takes sex breaks during live streams. See, yeah, here's the thing. In a community like this, I have to be very careful because sometimes they will take that. That sounds like a thing he could just say as a shitty joke, and somebody takes it as real. Okay. Oh, this is just the same post. Destiny says a lot of relatively attractive underage girls DM him and possibly even send him nudes. Chief. I'm not going to click on Gfer, but I think that is what...
When you're a professional gamer, there's a...
I think that's Koa's contribution to my recently... I'm not going to click on it because I think I know what it is. But... Jake Lloyd, yo. Ain't no way that's the real Jake Lloyd in my chat. But also 13 Sentinels is peak. You're right, you're right. Okay, here we go.
This is probably the worst one that you could look at. There's not really much.
Carrying Coyote, it's gay furry porn. I'm staring at her on her computer right now. She thinks it's very funny to... when she first got, was first moving in, she thought it was very funny to, open tabs up of just looking up gay furry porn. Just Googling gay furry porn and going to the images tab and leaving it open for me to find later. So that tracks.
This is probably the worst one that you could look at. There's not really much of a defense here. I mean, basically the claim that I made in the pay spin was that when you're a professional gamer, there's a lot of fucking girls that are hitting on you. It's insane. And the scariest part is the underage chicks that hit on you. I mean, it was a pretty...
I don't believe that for a fucking second. I don't believe that for a fucking second. Oh, so Koa is a troll? Yeah. Hey, could you believe that I am in love and dating somebody who likes little tricks, who might be a little bit mischievous? Who could have seen such a development coming?
Brutally honest conversation, but I mean, I'll back up everything I said in that conversation. It's pretty fucking hard. If you're in your fucking early 20s or some shit, and you've got these late fucking teeny boppers that are sending you, these crazy pictures and whatnot, like, not necessarily nude pictures either. I don't, to my knowledge, I haven't received nude pictures of an underage person, although I guess it's theoretically possible. I don't know. I've never knowingly traded pictures with an underage person, but
I think one of the dangerous parts of the specific use of the word girls. Well, I don't. Girls and boys, I think is kind of. I get where you're coming from. I don't think that's necessarily damning. The thing I think is damning is that you listen to the way that he talks about other sexual escapades, the other things that he's done, the way he just talks about women, sex in general, group sex, polyamory, all that shit. He strikes me as somebody who, and I don't, again, I'm not a fucking sex therapist. He strikes me as somebody who has a, like, if not a sex addiction, certainly hyperactivity. And I think along with that comes a lack of, what's the word I'm looking for? Discernment. Like you cannot tell me that you are listed as a plaintiff and you have 15 women who said, yeah, this guy just showed me random porn. You cannot tell me that you are discerning enough to then ask every girl who comes in your DMs, make sure that they're overage. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? It's also the way he's taught. Like, why would you, there's this kind of like, and I do it too sometimes, where I'm kind of joking about like me and my partner flirting or, whatever, where there is a little bit of braggadocio to it. But when I'm doing that about my partner in like a fun, flirty way, versus talking about, yeah, maybe I've got like the word teeny boppers came out of his mouth. It's I've had times where I think it was either, and this was probably over a year ago. I've had times where like I matched with somebody on Tinder and I didn't realize they were like 19. And they were like, oh, hey, hi, how are you doing? And I talked to them for a little bit and they're like, oh, no, I can't go to a bar to get a drink. I'm 19. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I can't. Like, best of luck to you. I can't. Like, I don't know what happened with the Tinder algorithm. I don't know what happened with the matching. I did not have that set that way. Like, I just don't want to even be talking to you. Like, and that's, like, it's nothing personal. You seem like a nice person. You are too young for me. You are too young. Your experiences do not align with mine. There is a core problem, and this is what, when people talk about, like, problematic age gaps, it's a power dynamic. And when you magnify that times things like the power of having a several hundred, almost 1 million followers on YouTube. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Like I can't. Dale Wilson, I've never had anyone approach me explaining away someone who gets no women would understand. Give me just 1 second. I need to refill Mrs. Food a little bit. Like I think there is a level, right, where it's like if you're 30 and you fall in love with somebody who's 50, you've lived enough life at that point, you've gone through enough hardship, you've gone through enough shit that you can still have stuff in common with the person. Like even now I'm 30, I have a partner who's 26 and a partner who's 27. Like, I wouldn't have dated them if I was 18 and they were fucking 12. But we've both lived a decent amount of time in adult life. We both had struggles throughout life with relationships, with housing, with emotional turbulence, and like we have enough to bond over. The idea that there is nothing that somebody who is above 21 wants with an 18-year-old, and I'm Romeo and Juliet lawing that in my head. I am assuming that is like somebody who went to high school together, which I still think is gross. I wouldn't call him a friend. He was a friend when high school started, but towards the end we just and there was somebody who was dating a freshman his senior year, and everybody was like, it doesn't seem really because it was kind of gross. Like it was. Everybody kind of knew it was because he couldn't really date anybody in his class. Like that's how a lot of people see it. Like you're not cool for doing that. It is just predatory. Ugh. Like the only thing somebody would want with that is sex. Like that's the thing. The issue with age gaps, the things that makes them problematic, is not that there is a difference in age. Because like I was saying, you could have somebody who's 35 and 55. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Nobody cares. It is that there is a difference in experience. And more often than not, the younger person is just being quite literally preyed upon. There is no fucking 36-year-old destiny. There is no 30-year-old who is DMing an 18-year-old. Even if you quote unquote think you're DMing an 18-year-old. DMing a 17-year-old because you're just so refreshed by the conversation. That you're just, oh no, wow, she's just so smart, and wow, I really we just have such great conversations about philosophy. Get fucking out of here with that bullshit. It's predatory, purely. Divide your age by 2 and add 7 years. That's the youngest you can date without looking like a creep. Yeah, I guess. That kind of works out. I would still feel a little bit weird dating a 22-year-old. Just because, goddamn, I was looking back, I was like, no, I was actually a kid at 22. Like, at 22, I didn't know shit about shit. I knew a guy in uni who was 33 and chatting up an 8. No, there always are. Because guess what? When you're 18, an older person talking to you is like, oh, wow, you really like me? No. But you're also a child. And it bugs me so much how, like, it is something that is commonly accepted. And that has a bad effect on the 18-year-old, too. Ugh. My mom was 22 when she met my dad, who was 18. My dad's 6'7", though, and looked much older. My mom's 6'2". My family's full of very tall people, myself included. See, I think that's like almost an extenuating circumstance. Here's the thing, and this might be unpopular. I think that is actually more socially acceptable than a 22-year-old man going after an 18-year-old woman. Because women's youth, I hate the word nubile. Like, it literally, I thought it and literally got goosebumps. I literally got like a chill on my spine. Just thinking of, like, that's just gross to me. And like, there's like, you know, think back to the Matt Walsh thing that he got called out on a couple years ago, where he's like technically this is when a young girl is most fertile. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's fucking gross, and men are not usually quote unquote prized. They're not valued in a sexual way for that youth, for that inexperience, in the way socially women are. And so, like, when I see a 22-year-old woman meeting an 18-year-old man who looks older, who carries himself older, who might be, hopefully, maybe a little bit more mature, like, I have a lot harder of a time being like, yeah, no, don't do that, than I do with, like, a 22-year-old dude. You know what you're fucking doing. You are preying on somebody who is less experienced. Most likely, the thing that I've noticed, having worked at bars, having seen a lot of this shit, most likely because you're either socially inept or way too fucking horny, and you just can't, nobody your age, nobody in your age demographic or group wants to date you. Like, that's the sad fucking truth of so many of these guys who go after younger women. The fertile argument makes me want to vomit. Yeah, it's so fucking dehumanizing too. It just, like, defining somebody's personhood by this arbitrary biological clock. It's like, you don't actually even love them then. Like, fucking again, it's one of those things where it's just like, you have no interest in them beyond their sexual proclivity to you. Jesus Christ, Miss Genderland, my ex-husband said it was because you can train younger girls better and they're less likely to have attitude. Miss Genderland, I'm going to say, I don't know your ex-husband. I'm going to say that's somebody who probably needs to get his ass beat. I'm going to say that's the attitude of somebody who is in dire need of a whipping. Hypothetically, in Minecraft, in video games. My 18-year-old sister was so mad at me for screaming at the 28-year-old she was dating a few years ago. Like, I was 31 at the time and kept asking him why he couldn't find a woman his own age. No, you're fucking... Lily, you're fucking real for that. And here's the thing. I hope, A, I hope they broke up. B, I hope your sister gets to a point in 5-6 years and is like, nah, you were right for that. You were fucking real. Thank you. Because that is like, you are looking out for your sister like a sister should. Of a cousin saying grass on the field. Yep, that's another fucking euphemism. Yeah, no, I had somebody, not somebody, I have heard the expression, if there's grass on the field, go play. And that sounds like some shit that Destiny would say. I just like, all right. Destiny copes and deflects regarding Rose being underage. Here's Destiny. I guess this is on... This doesn't look like Discord. I don't know where this is. I haven't dug into it at all. She told me she was 19. There are logs confirming as much. If she was ever underage, I expect all of them will be running to that solo guy because he was recording 60 gigabytes of porn with her, lol dub. An online sex worker who had no Fansly/OnlyFans account that would require her to age verify her told this. She was 19 and he bought it up. Bullshit. Bullshit. Even if she... Again, as the mature adult... Sorry, Stephen Bennell. I know you probably don't know much about being a mature adult or taking much responsibility, given how little responsibility you take for your actions or, I don't know, your own children. You might not know that the onus is actually on you to verify somebody is of age. You fucking moron. Like, this is... What he is doing here is willfully being ignorant. Like, almost certainly because he knows she's probably not. But he can always say later, well, she said she was 19. Critical Ox, I don't get it. Green grass. It's a... I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to. Okay, but I also don't want anybody to look it up. Like, I don't want people to go look it up and be put on a fucking watch list. Yeah, Miss Genderland, you got it. You got it. It's pubic hair. And then, because Destiny is a fucking moron, somebody said, you literally say in the clip she's 15, WTF. Have you seen the 15-year-olds they're putting out today, though? It shows me this is somebody who does not take his own actions seriously because he thinks he's untouchable. Like he thinks that... Like, he doesn't take this shit seriously because he thinks that he can just get away with it. So apparently, Willie Mack... I don't know Willie Mack. Like, either personally or in terms of content. I have heard the name referenced around. I can't even really speculate what kind of content he makes, but apparently he had a DM conversation with Destiny about this subject matter that led to Willie Mack calling the police. So, let's watch that.
I reported Destiny to the police. This is not clickbait and entirely has to do with the DMs he sent me. A few days ago, a Reddit post showed that the girl Destiny shared Pixie's nudes with was seemingly confirmed to be 17 years old due to her getting doxxed. There is almost a 0% chance that she was not 17 during that time.
All right. 4/19/22. I'm about to meet up with a guy from Tinder for sex. God. Like, it's just... There's something about the way cis dudes sext that is so... There's no... Look, this is gonna be a side tangent for a second here. To separate from the abuse and predation of it all. When you're sexting, this is a hot tip for anybody out there. You don't just go for the jugular. Like, sexting should be almost all foreplay. It is two people engaging in mutual fantasy. The just like oversimplified, brutish dullards that so often get leaked in sext messages, it just makes me sad for the person that they're sexting, honestly. Like again, putting aside the fact that this is basically a child, removed from that, because we also know Destiny was sexting a bunch of other adults, a bunch of other people who weren't children, but he was still preying on people with smaller platforms that he would share revenge porn with. Remember we talked about all that shit? Yeah, it's like dry rubbing skin on skin. It's just like... It comes off as blunt and unimaginative. There you go. Yeah, there you go. To which he says, oof, more sexy times. Rose, I'm calling my boyfriend while I do it. I'll get him to record it all and maybe I can send you some. Hell yes. Make that fucker hold the camera steady. He has his own place, so hopefully it can be consistent sort of content if it go well. Ooh, that would be hot. Like, this is somebody who's literally, like, honking it as he's messaging.
So I do what I usually do and reached out to get a comment. He said the girl, Rose, told him she was 19.
All right, she was in college when we were chatting. If she was actually 17, then people should be asking why that solo guy... Love the whataboutism. That's not... Again, nothing he's doing is making him look better. Like, everything he's doing is just like, well, what about this? Well, what about this? Well, what about...
In college at the time, and that the leaker Solo, who is her ex-boyfriend, confirmed that she lied about her age to him. This is true. In similar scandals, this is where people usually argue, is he lying? Did he actually know the age? Is it his fault if he was catfished? I usually wait for all the details to come out before I comment. This is not why I went to the police. It's because he continued to write. I didn't...
Jesus Christ, go a little bit slower, Willie. Can't just be popping all this shit off. I don't fucking...
I went to the police. It's because he continued to...
Gah! Fucking... I didn't notice until wait, but the videos she recorded with other guys, the file names are like screen recording.
Right, I didn't know.
You didn't notice her BF was recording these on Skype calls. Like, if she was a 17-year-old sex worker, it's not surprising for her. Like, you were talking about a child who is engaging in crimes, likely with a boyfriend who's like pimping her out to do it. None of this makes you look better for being in your 30s and engaging with it too.
Details to come out before I comment. This is not why I went to the police. It's because he continued to write. I didn't know this until way later, but the videos she recorded with other guys, the file names are like screen recording, blah, blah, blah.
There we go.
And then he shows me a screenshot of the top of a video clip and says her boyfriend was recording these on...
He still has the clips. Okay. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, if you are suspected of sexting a minor while you're also being sued for showing multiple people, at least 15 by the lawsuits attesting, revenge porn or unsolicited porn of other people that you've been given, why would you keep that unless you were continuing to use it? Which bears the question, how much more underage shit, or shit that might be underage, does Destiny have? Jem Williams, for anyone not in the know, Willie Hack has been Destiny's biggest ball gargler. Ball gargler literally up until now. He stayed by his side until releasing this video, so he is also a Garbo person. I mean...
Skype calls. That's absolutely insane to think about him doing all of this if she was 17. Well, this is insane to me.
With a laugh emoji? With a laugh emoji. God, he really doesn't take any of this shit seriously. He just doesn't live in the fucking real world.
Because he's saying Rose's boyfriend recorded CP while sending me a screenshot of the alleged CP. So I asked to confirm if he just did that. If you were sending me this...
If you're sending me this, I'm guessing you still have that video. Depends on why you're asking. What I don't even know what fucking emote that is. But yes, I created... Oh, you're so fucking stupid. You're so fucking stupid. I created a copy of all of our messages and everything when that court case started. There's been allegations since at least my last vid that she was underage, and you still have potential CP of her. I have an obligation to preserve relevant evidence, etc., etc. I love how he like gave up halfway through his sentence trying to sound professional about that. He's like, I actually have an obligation to preserve relevant evidence and whatever the fuck. So I created backups of all of the important / relevant conversations with her solo. That's nuts, man.
I'm guessing you still have that video. Destiny replies, depends on why you're asking. But yes, I created copies of all of our messages.
Oh, it's a guy wiping sweat off his face. Disgusting.
Everything when that court case started. Just to be clear, he's admitting to having alleged CP downloaded on his computer. He literally has the video open as I'm talking to him. I go, bruh, there's been allegations at least since my last video that she was underage, and you still have potential CP of her? He replies, I have an obligation to preserve relevant...
Oxpecker, currently 27, I've had flings with much older women and men, and in retrospect can compartmentalize who all was acting in generally bad faith and which people were nurturing in a sense and trying to give me good advice. Firstly, the kinder ones were minding their own business before I'd roll in and hit them up first. Secondly, they didn't try to start dating me or wanting me to move in or snatch up all my time. Yeah. Most importantly, they wouldn't feel this need to gaslight me into thinking they're good people. They just tried their best to be kind when it counted. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Evidence, etc. So I created backups of all of the important / relevant conversations. He continues, I don't think I'm allowed to delete it, lol. I don't know if it counts as hiding / destroying evidence. And
yeah, Willie Mack with the fucking, like, real shit. Talk to a fucking lawyer.
I reply, talk to a lawyer? That seems crazy to me. Who keeps this sort of stuff on their computer without 100% knowing if they're supposed to or not?
Fucking nobody. Like, do you want to know the craziest shit in the world? To think about is for somebody like this, he almost assuredly, like if the girl had braces and all that shit, he gets off on it. There is no telling how many people, because we only know about apparently 15 people he randomly showed other people's porn to. There is no telling how many people he's actually shown unsolicited porn to of people who have sent it to him. And now there is no telling additionally how many of those people have likely been exposed to porn from somebody who is a minor.
Isn't that something you want to confirm? I continued, you just let me know you have CP videos saved to your computer. You knew it was alleged that she was underage. You still have them. Do you see how fucked this is? So now I've confirmed that this guy has child porn on his computer. In my 8 years of reaching out to people over allegations, I've never had anyone admit that to me. The last message he sent me was one.
All right. I don't even know if her 100%, if her age is legitimately under 18 when he was taken. I'm pretty sure I still have an obligation. No, you don't. I don't know if I'd want to wipe everything and not.
I don't even know 100% if her age was legitimately less than 18 when these were taken. So basically, he's not 100% sure if he has child porn on his computer. He's just 99% sure. Got it. 2, I'm pretty sure I have an obligation to preserve stuff related to my court case. I've talked about it with my lawyer already, specifically with regards to the Rose stuff. So we went from, I don't know if I could delete this, to my lawyer says it's totally fine to keep. I don't know the law, but the idea that his lawyer would tell him to hold on to CP for a civil...
That's fucking insane. That's a fucking insane switch up. Wow, that fucking kind of gives away the game, honestly. I don't know if I'm going to... Well, yeah, I still have it because I don't know... Is your lawyer... Harvey Weinstein? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Case just doesn't seem like...
No, damn Sputnik, how long until Destiny hightails it to Israel? See, he's been playing the long game. The long game. He's been supporting the Israeli occupation of genocide because he knows he needs to get in good for when all this came up.
To me, I don't know. LawTube can figure that out. 3, if something were to come out of this, I don't know if I'd want to wipe everything and not have something to turn over.
All right, if hypothetically or BF or whatever was actually trafficking her, if there was hurting any chance of looking into him by deleting all this stuff, no, you fucking moron. Because if they sold it, there's more of it out there.
To the authorities. If hypothetically, whenever a political creator is about to give a hypothetical, you know you're about to hear some weird shit. If hypothetically her boyfriend or whatever was actually trafficking her or getting her to fuck other dudes on video for him, and if there was ever some kind of investigation into that, am I hurting the chance of looking into him by deleting all of this stuff? Oh, so now the reason he's keeping the CP is because of a hypothetical criminal case that he is not pursuing at all. Okay, maybe these reasons are legally sound advice that came from his lawyer. Maybe he's lying and just saying anything to make it sound better to me.
I think it's that second one. Willie, I don't know you. I don't know. I'm going to say it's the second one. It's number 2. Number 2, my lord.
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I just know this guy's admitting to having CP in my DMs. 60 gigabytes according to him.
If it was look, ask somebody who has friends who are sex workers. Ask somebody who has engaged in sex work and recorded content. Ask somebody who has been consensually sent things by people who are absolutely 100% sure around my age. As somebody who has, outside of all that, dabbled in a bit of pornography myself, do you know how much you can fit into 60 gigabytes? Like, that is, somebody said a full-length movie. That's assuming you're talking at, like, HD quality. It's probably not. If it's screen sharing, screen recording, that's a lot. That's Woke Sky. 1080p video is around 3 GB per hour. Okay, as somebody who makes videos, that can fluctuate pretty greatly, but that's probably around, I would say, around there. That's like, okay, give me a second, chat. Let's see what I. Well, that's simply not true. That's crazy. Nope. Is it H264? I don't think the encoder really matters. Oh, man. The 3 Lord of the Rings movies at max res is like 12 gigs. That's like that's so this is one of those things that you hear about and like it all starts unraveling from here. Like this is like when you hear about Diddy and the crazy parties or like the shit that like Cosby or Weinstein would do, and you're like, how does somebody get to that level of like engaging in depravity? Because again, if this is one person he has secured sexual content from, one. What about every other person he's preying on? All of the other smaller content creators who looked up to him that he's manipulating. All the other people who contributed to that lawsuit. Like,
Seriously, how does he know the amount if he doesn't have it? Also, how does her boyfriend being in the wrong somehow make Destiny in the right? It makes no sense. For all he knows, her boyfriend could have been 17 as well. Dude, you were 33. I reported this to the police and recorded my interactions and calls with the detective.
William, how you doing as officer?
okay, I don't need to see that. I think there is a level of like performativeness to this that I'm like, Vosh is highly memory efficient with his unsorted JPEGs while Destiny lives large. Oh, man. Yeah, some of this stuff is just a little bit, I get it. It's the YouTube drama thing that you want to do. I get it.
I don't know if anything will come from this. I don't like leaking DMs, as me respecting what creators want on and off the record allows me to talk to all sides of the situation, builds trust with the creator, and also allows me to get follow-up statements for when the drama develops. But when you tell me that you're in possession of and going to remain in possession of CP, that confidentiality...
Bad Empanada's video? I haven't seen what's up with Bad Empanada. God damn, Bad Empanada's at 206. calling ContraPoint Zionist narcissism is kind of fucking crazy. Like I like a lot of what Bad Empanada has done in the past, but I think he is very what's the word I'm looking for? He gets very extreme.
The streamer Destiny, real name Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II. What an incredible name, right? He is a pedophile. Pedophile meaning someone who is clearly attracted to children. Children, in this case, meaning
God!
people under the
JMV, Destiny sounds a lot like Onision. You're fucking right. You're absolutely right. That's what I've been trying to fucking... I've been like, why is this... What other... The Onion Boy. The Onion Lad. Fuck, man. That's how Onision is how I found Strange Aeons. One of my favorite early tubers that I clicked onto. That's... Do I condemn Bad Empanada? I don't watch Bad Empanada enough. Like, do you see me subscribe to either of Bad Empanada's fucking channels? Like, I don't. Also, look. There's a reason I don't do a lot of drama shit. It's because I don't really care to that much. Calling out pedophiles, however, calling out abusers and predators, particularly when, as we saw on the last stream, CNN just did a video saying, like, oh, streamers like Destiny are standing up to the modern conservatives. Especially when they are purported in the mainstream to represent an ideological movement that I've worked very hard personally towards. Yeah, I'm gonna call them out. But when it comes to, like, pithy drama shit, I don't care. Don't really care. So if Bad Empanada hurt somebody's fifis over something, CR Rent, thank you for $20. I decided to put you on in the background while I draw, and I'm beginning to think I chose a strange day for this. Probably. Westside Tyler. I don't remember. Westside Tyler had a thing with me, and I don't remember what it was now. So, which I guess must mean it wasn't that big of a thing, because he... What was it? I don't remember what it was, but he did reach out to me at some point over DMs and apologized, and I accepted it, so it was all good, because I had watched some of his stuff before, and I guess I don't even remember what it was, so... Yeah, I notice he has a huge tendency to attack femme leftists, usually with a nasty misogynist tint to his attacks. I have not seen... I am not familiar enough to judge or defend or disprove or any of that shit. Tyler thought I was calling for brigading with the Synthman bit. Oh, yeah. He did say that, didn't he? I don't... Techida, for the love of God, nobody let Chris Hansen touch this after how he fumbled the evidence against Onision. And Gooberplex, I do not blame Destiny's Kid for Mario warp piping down the alt-right pipeline because his dad is a fucking weirdo sex pest. Yeah. Can I do a Synthetic Man deep dive on Asmongold? Look, Asmon's pissing me off. Like, I'll say that. Asmund sent some hate shit my way when Kirsch decided to fucking dunk on me randomly for the Bionicle game that I was working on years ago getting canceled, and that shit pissed me off. I actually, this is a hot scoop for y'all. I reached out to Kirsch personally in DMs, and she just never responded, because I basically said, like, hey, I haven't worked on this game for 2 years. I was involved with it. I, like, wrote the tutorial and stuff, and the developers have, in the meantime, been working incredibly hard, and this cease and desist has been really difficult for them. And I would appreciate it. Like, this development team, I don't care what you say, shit on me, I don't care, whatever, I don't like you either, but it's really fucked up to, like, level all this shit on them, and your stupid followers keep fucking, like, harassing them and me. And of course she never responded or did anything, because why use any platform responsibly when you don't have to? Falcon the Fearless, you're a game dev. I was before I started doing YouTube full time. I worked in video games for years. I had an internship at Game Informer. I worked at Reliant Horror for a couple years. I've been a solo game dev. I've shown off my own little art game, and it was the game I was working on three years ago now. I was the writer briefly, very brief time. I was lead writer on Bionicle Masks of Power, because I'm a big fan of Bionicle. I wrote, and again, I don't know how much of it actually made it into the demo, but I wrote and did a couple revisions on the tutorial and opening quests. And that was the game that got canceled because of a cease and desist. And yeah. And it pissed me off. It pissed me off so much because like my work on the development, whatever had happened to it, it had been like revised enough, because that's how development works. Things realign and align over time. That's just development. The thing that pissed me off is that somehow I had said something about Kirsch like 2 years ago. And I didn't even remember what it was, but when the Bionicle fan game got canceled, and it was like, headlines on like IGN or wherever, she retweeted that, and then suddenly I got a shit ton of harassment again, because she now has a legion of dumbass neo-Nazis. And, yeah, it was just like, and then fucking because Asmongold is a piece of shit, retweeted her and like told me to put the fries in the bag, and it's just like I do what you do for a job, dipshit. Like it, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, it's not. I am unbothered by it. Again, it sucks that it happened. Excuse me. It sucks that it happened. It really sucks that, like, I am more mad, or more sad, I should say. I don't have the gumption to be mad about it. I am more sad for the developers, the rest of the team, because so many of them did such, like, the stuff they were doing was just so fucking incredible. Like, even just being in the Discord and seeing the game progress and seeing the animations and the gameplay stuff they were doing and all the trailers they would release and how hard they were fucking working on this thing for free. It was like that sucks. That sucks. Because they were fucking They were killing it. They really were. And nobody's gonna get to play it now, which is a bummer. But they are working on a new thing. They are converting the progress they made, because like the game itself was solid. Like the stuff we were working on was solid. They were working on, I should say. And so like that was the thing that really pissed me off. It was just one of those things where it's like, no, these people don't actually. The people were always talking about like caring about games and loving games and, you know, wokies get out. It's like they don't actually give a fuck about any actual development. Lego should have hired them. Yeah, Lego should have. Yeah. Anyway, let's finish. I suppose this is this is one day ago. I suppose this is a compilation. Hey, what?
Age of 18 years old. Mr. Stephen Bonnell II has very clearly enunciated his sexual attraction to minors on many occasions that we are going to be going over here, which allows us to form an informed conclusion that he is a pedophile. It's time to make the Destiny Pedophilia compilation, folks. That's what we're here for. So, well, what do we even start with here? There's just so many clips and, like, chat logs of him just sort of openly, like, admitting this sort of stuff about himself. In this clip right here, he, just openly...
Okay, so he's debating a pedophilia, which is never look. There is nothing. This is why the way towards centrism and basing all of your opinions on technically and actually. This is why being technically correct is far inferior to actually just believing things and having convictions. Because, like, I've stated multiple times this stream, what I believe is that if you are within a certain age of somebody who turned 18, if you are this many years older than them, you have no business being with them, like, at all. Like, that's my belief. Anybody who's 18 and under, all the same shit to me. Well, 17 and under. 18 is for legal reasons not, but I'm still going to have a lesser opinion of you. If you're a 28-year-old dating an 18-year-old, I'm going to have a lesser opinion of you. The law might not, I will. That is my conviction. That's my belief, right? You are never going to hear me sit and argue, technically, actually, they're 17, so it's not pedophilia, it's a phebophilia. Doesn't fucking matter. I don't care about the technicality of it. On the merits, I find it repugnant. This is where this kind of technicality leads so many people down these roads of like, well, actually, it wasn't this. It was this. And it's like, doesn't matter. Yeah, Dill is chill. This is what I call Twitter brain. Whatever is the most pithy is the most correct. Yeah, it's like no. And I think there is a direct correlation between like people with Destiny's type of brain, this kind of debate lord brain, this need to debate shit, and like resorting to these kind of tactics. I think he is terminally online. 35-year-old men shouldn't be saying they think 15-year-olds are hot. That's a line. See? That's conviction. That's a conviction right there. It's the same type of shit that allows the like the lolicon bullshit to proliferate. And every fucking time I talk about this shit, I get somebody in my chat who's like, "Well, no, actually, it's not actually this, and you know, it's just drawings." And I don't care. That's my fucking line. That is my fucking conviction. Because I know, and I've seen in the communities I've studied, how that shit normalizes harmful attitudes, normalizes predation, normalizes pedophilia. So I don't fucking care if it's like, well, actually, it's no, yeah, she's a 115-year-old dragon and blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Technicalities? Yeah, debate, bro, brain rot. It's like, no, have some actual fucking convictions. Not everything needs to be reduced to a technicality. To somebody being, well, actually, when you put it like this, I was, fuck off.
Expressed his sexual attraction to a 15-year-old child who had apparently sent explicit images to him, and he talks about how much difficulty he had turning her down because he found her really hot, which, to be clear, makes him a pedophile, because if you're attracted to a child, a 15-year-old, you are a pedophile. Let's listen to this.
So you'll argue genocide is good if it'll win you an argument? No? Are you talking about me or somebody else? Oh, okay, no, Dill is chill. Okay, I see. Yes, people care more about winning than the ideas they're arguing, so you'll argue genocide is good if it'll win you an argument. Okay. You broke that up, and I'm like, no, again, see, that's my fucking line. Like, what Israel is doing, the occupational forces, is a genocide. Now, technically, they're only targeting Hamas. This bullshit. Use your fucking eyes. Like, it is plainly visible for the entire world to see, and we've seen now for years at this point.
So what is the admitting to jerking off to 15-year-olds then? What is that in relation to?
I never admitted to jerking off. I think I just said like this. I think the log is something like this 15-year-old chick was trying to send me, or was sending me pictures of herself, and she was hot as fuck. It's like really hard to like turn down some of these people. I think.
All right, give me a second, chat. I gotta go throw up. Yeah, go right to jail. Go directly to jail. Wee woo. That's it's really hard to turn do not Pascal directly to jail. Yeah, please come in and have a seat. And see, here's the thing. I think this is old news. Melting Mug, I am unfamiliar with this. I don't know the Destiny lore. I've been happily ignorant until this point. And now my conviction against Destiny has only been tempered by, like, every new thing I learn, I kind of hate it a little bit more. Yeah, Graveyard Goods. I did. I got Billy Slaps. I got 2 of the SH3 shirts and 2 of the... I think I missed the Silent Hill 2... I did miss the Silent Hill 2 shirts. The 2 SH1 shirts. And I'm bummed. I think they put out SH4 shirts, and that's one of my favorites. And I'm bummed I didn't get any from that. But, yeah. Again, like, there's nothing that should... Like... If you know somebody is 15, that should be a turnoff. That should be the blockage in the valve. That should be absolutely closing the sluice. That should be like, lock it down. The mental process after that point should be, oh no, this is a child. This is a child. And the only time you would find that attractive with that knowledge is if you were... I don't even need to say it. I don't even need to say it. I don't even need to say it, chat. Christ. Sacksmith, if your response to a minor trying to send you porn is not to block that person, you have failed a certain criteria of becoming a functional adult. Here's the thing. Almost never, even a minor, almost never. Like the way it's making it sound is that there's a 15-year-old who's just sexting him as the first message. I can't imagine, like even a dumbass child, I can't imagine that being their first thing. I can't imagine there not being a lead up to that conversationally. Like, to me, it sounds like he is probably grooming people. That is, again, to me. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Monster. How do you get to that point? You don't just get to sexting with literally anybody. You just don't get to sexting as a first message. Unless you are one of these assholes out here who just sends a dick pic as a first response. And, like, honestly, what do you expect? What are you expecting there? Come on. Yeah, Hero, you have made choices to reach that point. Exactly. Yeah, choices I've easily never had to fucking make. Exactly. I can say that with 100% confidence. I've never been in a point where I've had to, like it is so easy to not be a fucking weird predatory freak. It's actually easier to not be. Like, you have to jump through so many hoops to be this much of a fucking freak.
Wait, how old was she?
She said she was 15.
Pretty self-explanatory, right? This man just outright said that he found a 15-year-old hot, meaning he's sexually attracted to her, meaning he's a pedophile. Here's a clip of Destiny being shocked that people consider him to be a pedophile because he said that he finds a 15-year-old hot.
Shot and chaser.
Because I shared a picture of a chick that I said, look at this hot jail.
Not just that, he shared the picture of her. Oh man, it's worse than I remembered. He shared the picture of her. He shared it with his friends, and he was like, "Hey guys, check out how hot this 15-year-old is." Okay.
Because I shared a picture of a chick that I said, look at this hot jailbait, that makes me a pedophile?
Do you hear the actual fucking words that come out of your stupid skull? Like, the thing that gets me is that he was there was a genuine inflection of surprise in his tone. Like, he was really defending himself. He was like, "Oh, do you really think that me saying this 15-year-old is jailbait, which is a slang term for an underage girl that will get you arrested when you try and have sex with her? But does that make me a pedophile? Yes. Yes, it does. It does. It absolutely does." Like, this is another thing. The terminology he uses that gets me. It's jailbait. It's teeny bopper. It's just like the fetishization. Remember when I talked about how gross it makes me feel to hear the word like nubile? It's that kind of shit. It is, the fetishization is baked in to the way he even talks about trying to deny this shit.
Because
he's shocked at that idea, right? He's shocked at it. He then defended this later, and he talked about how he's defended this on multiple occasions. Like, this was apparently like not his first rodeo with defending sexual attraction to children.
This is probably the worst one that you could look at. There's not really much of a defense here. I mean, basically the claim that I made in the paste bin was that when you're a professional gamer, there's a lot of fucking girls that are hitting on you. It's insane. And the scariest part is the underage chicks that hit on you. I mean, it was a pretty brutally honest conversation, but I mean, I'll back up everything I said in that conversation. It's pretty fucking hard. If you're in your fucking early 20s or some shit, and you've got these late fucking teeny boppers that are sending you, these crazy pictures and whatnot.
There you go.
Not
late fucking teeny boppers. Goat Cato, thank you very much for following or subscribing. Thank you.
Not necessarily nude pictures either. To my knowledge, I haven't received nude pictures of an underage person.
He has, by the way. We'll get into that in a bit.
Although I guess it's theoretically possible.
I guess it's theoretically possible
with an underage person.
Bullshit.
But,
yes, you have. Yes, he has. He has.
If you have like a relatively attractive 15, 16, 17-year-old and you're like in your early 20s, like that can be a pretty mindfucky experience.
I don't know, man. That sounds like you're a pedophile to me. So this is a chat log of Destiny, but like Destiny talking about looking at pictures of children and arguing that he's not a pedophile, he's an ephebophile. He said, to say that someone who's 30 and who sees a 14-year-old, he wrote that he liked a 14-year-old.
Okay, hang on. Obviously, fucking a 14-year-old is wrong. But to say that someone who's 30 and sees a 14-year-old's nice tits and ass, something they're assuming they've developed, is a pedophile means you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. I've never been more sure that if not a fucking hard drive full of lolly, he probably actually has CP. Beyond Sunset, thank you very much for gifting a membership. Several memberships. I think it looks like 5. It's not showing up on my thing. 10. Wow, thank you very much, Beyond Sunset, for Carnail. What? Oh, Goat Cato. The legal situation was somewhat unrelated. That he shared revenge porn of somebody that got leaked online. Okay, so for those who aren't understanding what he's trying to say, he's trying to make the argument that if you are attracted to developed tits and ass, you're not a pedophile, because a pedophile is attracted to non-developed bodies, apparently. But Destiny, you fucking idiot, dumbass moron, if you are attracted to anything on a 14-year-old, you are attracted to an underdeveloped body. You are a pedophile. You are.
What he called nice tits and ass, and he said that calling him a pedophile because of that means you have no idea what you're fucking talking about. A 14-year-old's quote, nice.
Dontron, partner and I just discovered your content recently. Thank you. I am glad to have you here. B, very sorry this is the stream you had to come in on. This is rough. I'm not gonna lie. This is rough shit. This is rougher than I thought it would be.
Tits and ass. That's what he said. That's what this man said about a 14-year-old. Now, here I originally thought this was a chat with a 19-year-old. This was actually a chat with a 17-year-old. So this is a chat with the person, Rose, who Destiny leaked all of that revenge porn that he took of people to, and Rose subsequently shared that revenge porn.
Whoa. He leaked it with Rose, the minor? I really don't think she would call you her soulmate and not want you to be with her. Dan, we probably won't talk anymore if you do get into a relationship with her. We could talk, it just wouldn't be sexual. You're super young, but you've been bullshit. Bullfucking. Again, this is what I was talking about like an hour ago, where I was saying like there is no connection that they have. The idea that he's like, you're super young, but you've been a fun person to talk with. Bull fucking shit. Honestly, generally, if anyone under 20 messages me, we don't end up talking. Oh my god, dude. First off, the idea of like, if somebody under 20 texts me, we don't talk that much. You shouldn't talk at all. You shouldn't talk at all. I've had people who are like teenagers email me every now and again, and not for anything sexual, just for like, it's usually life advice. It's usually either at-home family stuff. We've had some good conversations in chat with teenagers. At-home family stuff, or tips on coming out, tips on like just mostly queer and or trans stuff. It's a lot of people who are like very isolated and very and not isolated as in terms of like don't have any friends that I know of. Isolated as in like they're in small towns and shit. And those I do try and take time to like there is a level of communication that I understand. That is like I can play the role that is acceptable for me to play in that conversation is friendly advice. It is me giving them the best advice I can and having a finality to that conversation, which is always implied by saying, like, I hope it all works out for you. Like, I'm never fucking following up with those people because that's the end of our conversational transaction. It begins and ends at me relaying to you some of the stuff that I had to deal with when I was a teenager, not sexually, just in terms of navigating interpersonal relationships, navigating the stresses of growing up, stuff that, yeah, I do have in common. I can relate to that shit. The idea of being in DMs with anybody under the age of 20 is fucking insane to me, though.
With many other people, and he shared all that revenge porn with Rose without the permission of any of the people who were in it. So this is a conversation that he had with her. She was 17 at the time, not 19, and he like talked about, you know, sending her pictures of.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing that I wanted to talk about. Quote: since I've been so stressed / agitated today, I haven't come at all. Maybe tomorrow I can send you a final big cum shot vid. If I'm not too stressed about the coming day, IDK. What a horrible day to have eyes and a working frontal lobe. Kermit screams, for he knows not what else to do. And you know what? I get it. I get it, little buddy. I get it.
Shots, and he asked his
I can't with this. Oh my god. again, as somebody who is normal, I have adult friends. I have friends who work in the adult industry. I have a lot of friends who are sex workers who work with specific kinks, both at the request of like custom content, all that shit. Age play is a kink I myself don't get. Never have. But it is something that is generally partaken in, to my understanding, by people who are well over the intended age. So if you're messaging, let's just say, Ben Shapiro voice, let's just say, for the sake of argument, that Destiny was engaging with age play with an 18 or 19-year-old. Somebody who, again, still lived with her parents, had braces, was selling content despite not having an OnlyFans or a Fansly. What fucking age did he want her to role play? And he wants to argue that he's not a pedophile? The Destiny age play stuff has been known for years. What happens in communities? Like, this is the same thing that came out when the fucking the Vosh folder leaked, and a ton of people were like, "Oh yeah, no, we've known Vosh is a freak for like horses forever," and I'm like, and you're just regaling us all with this information now? I think it was the lolly art. Yeah, I think it was the lolly art too. That like people, the horse stuff is really gross. MLYP. First off, good to see you. Has BE covered the part where he was talking about butt plugs with teenagers yet? I don't think so. There's no way. It can't get. What am I saying? It can always be. Can always get worse.
17-year-old, how she feels about age play stuff, meaning pretending to be even younger than she already was for his sexual gratification. So this is someone who is clearly sexually attracted to children to the point that he wants a child who is already a child to act like an even younger child for him. So that he
MLIP, there's a reason I say there's always more and it's always worse. Like, I should know that. I've been on the internet long enough. I should know it do.
Get off to it. So the reason why we know that Rose very clearly was under the age of 18 is because Rose was like doing online sex work, like selling porn of herself. But she was not on any of the actual platforms where people do that normally, like OnlyFans and whatever else there is. Because those platforms have age verification to make sure you're over 18, so she couldn't get on there. So what she was doing instead was she was like selling her pictures, I believe on Twitter, from what I've been told, and she would like have people pay for them by an account that was in someone else's name, like a Venmo or something like that was in someone else's name, who was an adult, who was apparently like her online boyfriend at the time. So it's very clear that she was not 18, otherwise there's no reason that she would be doing that. So Destiny was both sending and receiving. Like, he was sending revenge porn to this minor. That's a crime in of itself, both because it's a revenge porn and because it's a minor receiving it. But
That's multiple. That's multiple crimes. That's multiple crimes. That's multiple crimes. That's multiple crimes.
He was also receiving illegal pornography of a minor from her. And Destiny has claimed that he himself is a victim in the whole revenge porn thing, where he shared a ton of revenge porn of people who never consented to having it shared with anyone else. But you have to, ask questions like, why doesn't he go after the person who supposedly victimized him by sharing this then? And the reason for that is because it would reveal that she was 17 years old, and he would be in a whole lot more trouble than he's already in legally regarding all this gross, disgusting shit that he did. So there's that too. You can see here.
All right. Oh my God. Dude, she's 15. What the F? But she sent me pictures. That made it so hard to say no. Being 15.
Destiny sharing pictures of a 15-year-old in his little chat here with his friends, who I guess all like share pictures of girls they go out with or talk to or whatever the fuck this was. I don't know what this is, but don't need to know what it is to see what's going on here. He says, dude, she's 15. She sent me pictures. That made it so hard to say no. And then he shares the pictures in the chat. And his friends are like, what the fuck? She's huge. They hear that it's a 15-year-old and they're like, pics, please. These are basically the Epstein files. Like, this is what I would imagine the Epstein files would be like. There's also this pretty horrid clip in which Destiny talks about how he was part of like a supposed stream trolling group that apparently got a very young little boy to show his genitals on stream for them, and he talks about it like it's funny or something.
We went around from fucking channel to channel, like fucking around. Like, it was just horrible shit. We went to this channel with this fucking, like, this kid was like 8 years old. And he was fucking broing out with everybody.
Okay, you intentionally went to the channel of an 8-year-old. That's pretty weird already, but what next?
In this chat, for whatever fucking reason, this kid decides to fucking take his pants off and fucking wiggle his 8-year-old dick on stream. I can't even believe it. Oh my fucking God. It was like, I didn't even know, like, we were on Skype, we were like, holy shit.
I don't even, like, there's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say. Bad Empanada is stronger than I am. Unless I don't know. There's still 7 minutes left. Because I can't say anything at this point without getting banned. I'm gonna be so real. Like, dude, what the fuck?
Shit. Like, we had to do like a double take because we didn't even fucking know like what the fuck was on. Like, we were looking at like an 8-year-old dick like on the fucking screen.
You did it. We couldn't believe it, so we looked again. What?
His fucking brother.
Choices.
And his brother, we called him Captain Push-Ups, would like come in the room. And this guy was like fucking 14 years old. He had his shirt off and he was like this. Like watching this stream the entire time and shit. Oh my God.
Totally normal behavior for adults to be engaging in, right? Destiny once also admitted that he was going to what he called a crazy island to hang out with 14-year-olds, and he said it's totally legal to do this there because the age of consent there is 9. Very interesting. I'd just like to note that Destiny and his community like constantly accuse other people of
this is one of those things where I think you need to be really careful with somebody like Destiny, who doesn't take anything seriously. who quote unquote thrives on engaging in dark humor and always like the joke earlier he told about, like, have you seen 15-year-olds? Because that is going to lead to a bunch of shit that they want to be able to plausibly deny. This, again, sounds like a shitty joke. A shitty joke that reveals, I think, a lot about his character, but it feels like a joke nonetheless. It does feel like an Epstein's Island joke. No, I do not think the streamer Destiny made it to Epstein's Island. Yeah.
Being like child sex criminals, they just make that up about them when he's on video and in his own like chat logs just saying this stuff openly all the time. The revenge porn scandal is just the tip of the iceberg, because that's just like what he's admitted to, you know, what he's like openly.
Somebody saying, I hope this doesn't get you a load of harassment from his cult-like followers. I have nothing to fear from a cult of pedophile defenders. I am morally superior to every single person who still stands by Destiny. I'm good with that. I can live with that. Like, this is who you're defending. I'm good. I'm squared with whoever's upstairs. You need to get on my level.
Being sued for and stuff, but there's so much other stuff here that is so bad that he doesn't want to get out there. He really doesn't want people talking about it. That's why Destiny started blocking me, by the way, because I started talking about this stuff. Same reason why Vorsh stopped talking about me. Now, I had a interesting encounter with a Vorsh fan a couple of years ago. This was like during the era where Vorsh would like very weirdly have arguments about child pornography all the time and like the ethics of child pornography. Very fucking weird shit to be engaging in.
No ethics. Again, this is where, like, again, I don't know much about Bad Empanada and the way he's handled stuff. I think he and I probably see completely eye to eye on this. No debate. There's no ethics to be had around it. There's no technicalities to dispute. It is morally repugnant. It is inhumane. It is debased to partake in anything resembling that. That's it. That's the line I draw in the sand.
And I talked to like this Vorsh fan, and it was crazy. It was genuinely funny because like this guy was like, he was like coming onto my stream to like, I don't even remember what it was. It was like prove that to me that Vorsh isn't a pedophile or something, and he ended up arguing for ethical child porn using what he called the Destiny argument. And this is very relevant here because what I'm going to show you after I show you this clip.
I feel like I just got fucking pushed out of my body like in Doctor Strange. Like, I feel like I just had an out-of-body experience. That hit me like a 2x4 to the face and Condemned. That's fucking crazy. The Destiny argument? Okay, no, it's fine.
Don't worry.
So I think there's a distinction to be made between the possession of child porn, right, and the distribution of child porn, right? So I don't know if you're familiar with like the Destiny's argument, right? This is
the Destiny's argument. I love the way he says that. It's like, are you familiar with Occam's razor? But the Destiny's argument, for them, this is like a named like rhetorical tool. Or like
Destiny has an ethical CP chart. I've gotten so many like random chills and goosebumps this stream. Like the ethical CP thing is a dumb thought experiment. Don't like it. Don't like it. The fucking hold-on maneuver of the defensive pedophiles. What's the Star Trek The Impossible Exercise that they do? Kobayashi Maru.
Like argumentative tool or whatever the fuck you call it, sort of thing. Like the Destinies argument. What a moment in internet history this was.
Kind of goes into the branching of the
I would
Destinies
prefer
argument.
it if you would cite non-streamers when like the Destinies argument. That is a really funny phrase.
Hold on, I cited
What is this,
streamers
like
because
Occam's razor but for the
well,
modern era?
I cited streamers because
The Destinies argument.
I think we would know both examples, right? Like because they're both public figures. But if you don't want
Destiny effectively tried to argue legal CSA would prevent a segment of pedophiles from offending. What a just as smart brain trust. The left's leading debate lord. Coming up with so many good solutions because porn stops people from raping. Wait, no, it actually doesn't. You fucking moron.
me to, I can repeat that argument, right?
Has Destiny
So-
also argued against child porn being illegal? That would be really funny.
No. So the problem, right, is that there's a distinction to be made between the possession and the distribution of child porn, right? So in philosophy, we can.
In philosophy, is this really what philosophers do? They just sit around talking about like legal child porn all day? What was the Destiny's argument? I think I vaguely remember it. Here was Destiny's argument. Okay.
So this is the hypothetical Destiny's argument.
This is not hypothetical. I'm talking about real
listen
things.
to me. Listen to me. Just listen. You don't listen, okay? So
Oh my God.
let's say that we get permission from adults who had child porn made of them in the 80s or whatever, right? And then with their permission,
This is the funniest thing I've ever said. They're not giving permission.
we made like we used like old. Hold on. Well, let's say that they did.
You
right? This is a
can't
hypothetical, right? Let's say
can't
that
sign
they
a
did.
contract
Can
30
I
years
just
later that
finish?
says,
Can I just finish?
this was all okay.
Let me just finish, okay? Let me just
Consensual
finish,
child
and then you can
pornography. You're
respond.
trying to make...
Okay.
This is ridiculous. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my... So that's the Destiny's argument. Like, what if, say, someone made child sexual abuse material of you, and then 30 years later you signed a waiver that, like, retroactively made it okay. That's the Destiny's argument. And now they call this ethical child porn, right? In Destiny's community, this is known as ethical child porn. And Destiny's community is now full of people who cite this argument as proof that child porn can supposedly be ethical. Like, this is just a short select.
All I'm going to say is Drawn CP is more ethical than CP. Destiny had an entire ethical CP arc. How do you debate the ethics of CP? Incredible.
Of screenshots of people
Derogatory.
referencing Destiny's ethical child porn argument in his Discord server. Oh my god, I've totally forgot about these images here. This is a deleted video from Destiny's channel where he talks with all the greatest people like Infrared has, Brittany Venti, I don't know who that is, but I hope that they argued against this. Lauren Southern, Stardust, that's the oh my god person, about ethical CP. This is an archive of that. Amazing, right? Here is Destiny, a screen cap from Destiny's stream where he
Goldilocks zone.
created an illustrative image of the potential Goldilocks zone that could possibly create ethical child porn. Here is Vorsh stating his approval of this argument. This is where Vorsh got his start, from Destiny's Discord, where he had riveting discussions with Destiny and his other Destiny fans about Destiny's position on CP, as shown here. So the streamer Destiny, real name Stephen Kenneth Mongol II, is pretty unambiguously a pedophile. It's just totally obvious. The evidence is very clear. He is sexually attracted to minors as young as...
Somebody in chat mentioned that he had that there was another stream where Destiny like it showed off the messages with Rose. I'm not gonna look at that. I'm good. Honestly, just the peripheral look at him talking about sending a child a big cum shot video. Yeah, exactly. Techiena, the idea that there is a ethical or moral framework for porn of children implies that there is any situation in which there is a moral justification for abusing and preying on children. Like, leave it to fucking predators, leave it to abusers to think about, think about like the pedophiles, then they won't offend. Then they won't have to act on their actions. Leave it to them to think about the predators instead of the people who are actually being hurt, the people who are actually being exploited. Critical support's bad empanada and the fucking Destiny Jihad. Do you think these people just don't understand the idea of adulthood being about the ability to consent, or do they just not care? It's probably worse that they find it alluring, that they find it attractive that somebody can't consent. Like it's a power dynamic thing. Globalize the empanada. I don't even know what to fucking say. Was it just My Little Pony porn? It was not My Little Pony porn. Here's, you know, the really crazy thing. I don't know. Was Vosh caught with My Little Pony porn? The really crazy thing is that if Vosh was caught with My Little Pony porn, I think less people would have cared. It was lolly bestiality. It was lolly bestiality. Yeah, chat. This has been It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Yeah, let's see who else we can go raid. Let's go have a fun time somewhere. This is getting bleak. This is rough business. Well, it looks like we mostly got Let's go say hi to Rin Vixen. We haven't rated her in a minute. Go say hi. Go like, follow another fun trans streamer. I need to go bleach my eyes. I need to go be put into the Clockwork Orange machine. I need to go deeper into the spheres. Go like, subscribe. Go have it fun. Go clear your head. Go play a Kirby game. Go just free yourself, free your mind of this stuff. I'm gonna do my damnedest to have like a cry and like a spa night. I'm gonna go hug a cat. Have a good night, y'all. Don't forget to stay tuned to the channel. We're gonna be having, if you haven't watched the video on the shady Christian movie I reviewed lately, please go check that one out. I'd like it to hit 20K in the first month at least. And then if you haven't, I would definitely appreciate subscribing to the channel and staying tuned for a video essay. That means a lot to me. Yeah, ask your doctor if a lobotomy is right for you. Have a good night, and I hope you all